My name is Larry Cafero. I'm the state representative for the 142nd District, and that district encompasses the western part of Norwalk and the eastern, small eastern part of the town of New Canaan. And along with my colleagues, especially State Representative Tom O'Day, who's your new state representative in the 125th District, representing a great portion of New Canaan and also a portion of Wilton, as well as Senator Scott France, who's also your state senator. His district has shifted a little bit as well, but still represents a portion of the town of New Canaan. And we are expecting State Senator Tony Boucher, also, who represents a portion of New Canaan, to be here. So I want to thank you for being here. This is a town hall meeting, and I'm going to have my colleagues come up and introduce themselves, and then we are going to get into a discussion. The discussion tonight will be, first of all, about anything you would like to talk about. That's the whole nature of a town hall meeting. In order to give some perspective, we're going to do two things. First, we're going to talk about the budget. The budget is always the big 800-pound gorilla in the room, in that it drives a lot of the policy decisions that we have to make as legislators in Hartford. And then we will talk about certainly another topic that has been dominating Hartford, and that is the whole legislative response to the tragedy in Newtown, both including mental health, school safety, and gun violence. And after that, we take questions. We'll sort of pause between subject matters, take questions from the audience, and after that, if there's any other questions about any other subject, to the best of our ability, we'll be glad to share them with you. So, introduction time. Again, my name is Larry Cafero. I'm state representative from the 142nd District, representing a portion of New Canaan and a portion of Norwalk. This is my 11th term. I've been in Hartford for 20 years. I had a full head of hair when I started this job. My children were toddlers. They are now out of college. It has been my pleasure to campaign here in New Canaan and to work with so many of the people during the election and thereafter in learning the needs and positions and opinions of New Canaan residents. I also happen to serve as the House Republican leader. I am the leader of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives, and that's the other function that I have. In that capacity, currently, I am one of the 6 leaders that are negotiating the legislative response to the Sandy Hook tragedy. So I wanted to introduce myself. At this point, I'll turn it over to Scott. Introduce himself.
Evening, everybody. Great to see you. I want to take a poll. Has anybody ever seen one of these things actually work?
I know. This morning it worked.
Good old modern technology. You can count on it failing just when you need it the most, right? Scott France, 36th Senate District, which is roughly 2/3 of New Canaan. It's all of Greenwich and about half of Stamford, the northern half of Stamford. And I'll just say very briefly, I've been there a lot less than Larry has and seen a lot less than he has. But I can tell you in those 4 years, nothing has been as trying as the last few months here in the state of Connecticut, but in particular up in the Connecticut General Assembly. Representative O'Day, who was sworn in just about a month and a change ago, 2 months ago, didn't have any idea what he was going to be in for. But everybody I've talked to, see the big smile on his face? Everybody I've talked to who's been there with any kind of experience or duration says this is undoubtedly the most difficult of times. But we're here as your representatives to work through these issues, and your feedback is greatly appreciated, and it is taken very, very seriously. I sit on the Transportation Committee, the Finance Committee, Commerce Committee, and Legislative Management Committees. And thanks very much for coming tonight. We do appreciate it.
Good evening. As you've heard, my name is Tom O'Day, and this is my first term, literally trial by fire, no pun intended. Obviously, it was a tragedy what happened in Newtown, and I got to see, even before I was sworn in, Scott and Larry in action when they had a special session, and it was amazing how the body came together, and looking how they adopted a temporary budget to get the shortfall from the last term, And it was very hopeful that things going forward would be in kind of the same way we would work together. And I have sensed a bit of everybody working together, but now it's getting more trying and more difficult. And I will tell you that I have found out firsthand how outstanding New Canaan's representatives are. And by that I mean Larry Cafero, having the minority leader now represent part of New Canaan. We're very lucky to have him, and Scott has just been amazing. He and Tony, representing New Canaan from the Senate, have been just amazing. I'm on transportation with them, and my eyes are wide open and my ears are wide open, and I just am trying to learn everything like a sponge to try and do the best I can for you all. But having them already up there, it's been such a help, and I can tell you that they've been amazing. So I'm on transportation, judiciary, and environment. I'm a practicing lawyer, and so it's been great. I've really enjoyed judiciary. I've come to really enjoy the environmental committee. We're getting a lot of things. They do have a lot of meetings up there. And transportation I enjoy. There's a couple bad things that you're going to hear about that are coming out of transportation. But without any further ado, I think Larry, you're going to start us off. Thank you very much.